So I know what Yenna was to kids in high school. She was the one that copied everyone else's homework.
You're not copying my homework, you lazy turd.
Hence why I named the deck Copying Homework. This is Yenna Redtooth Regent. For 2, a green and a white, you get a 4/4 Elf Noble. For 2 and a tap, you can choose target enchantment you control that does not have the same name as another permanent you control. Create a token that is a copy of it, except for it's not legendary. And if the token is an aura, untap Yenna and scry 2, activate only as a sorcery. So what this does is this allows us another Enchantress style commander that copies enchantments. Now, we had Calyx back from the Aftermath set, but he could only copy auras and place them on stuff. Yenna has the ability to do both and has a bonus attached to her if she does it to an aura. So let's take a look at some of the more choice things in the deck that I would copy that causes our opponents to kind of get a little bent about things as we go along. So on the end down here, first I just wanted to point this out. Regal Bunnicorn is hilarious, and I actually beat down 2 opponents with this card because we're copying so many things. This thing gets insanely large, and it's just funny to say that I kicked somebody's ass with a bunny. Now, the rest of this here on the end is things that I copied to great effect. We have things like Ossification, which is an aura, so she'll untap and you get the copy of it to take out an additional blocker. So if you're able to play it and copy it on the same turn, you've taken down 2 possible blockers for Yenna to either punch through or your other stuff to punch through while you're doing it. We also have Banishing Light and Borrowed Time and Seal from Existence. These are all basically the same card for all intents and purposes, except for Seal has a little bit different mana cost and Ward 3 attached to it, but it's exile target permanent, non-land permanent, I should say, that an opponent controls until the thing leaves play. Well, if you can copy it, you get 2 uses out of it before you can have to do it. Now, granted, you only get to copy stuff one time, but that's usually enough to tip the game in your favor once you start copying things. And then these 3 are just hilarious to copy because everything we copy from there on out gets just multiple things out. So we have Anointed Procession and Parallel Lives, which are the same card, just one's white, one's green. Whenever you create 1 or more tokens, double that amount instead. And then the newly installed Doubling Season, which works with +1/+1 counters and the tokens. And we do have some +1/+1 counter stuff in the deck, so this actually hits both sides of that coin. But these are great because if you copy one of these, even if nothing else is out, it puts 2 more copies. You'll have 3 copies of Doubling Season out, or 3 copies of Anointed Procession, or whatever. So then everything you copy after you copy one of these comes out in triplicate after that. So then you'll have 4 copies, the original plus 3 additional copies of them, going onto the board before the Anointed Procession and stuff. It stacks up just absolutely stupid and causes all kinds of problems for our opponents. Now, I did have a glitch in the games, I'm not going to show it, where I tried to copy a Utopia Sprawl and it glitched the game out and I just had to scoop because I got stuck in a loop. But other than that, this played out very nicely. That's why there's only 4 games. I wanted to show you the nice 4 games I had, minus the one where the game locked up on me. And I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll talk about it after the video. Gandalf the White. Alright, let's see what Yenna can do against that. So we'll keep this. We're expecting ETB triggers off of legendary things. We're going to play this first just in case I don't draw the 3rd land, because if you don't, then you're stuck on turn 2 with just 1 land open, which is kind of a bad thing. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play the Clarion Spirit, because the Regal Bunnicorn is not very good unless you're a little bit later. If it's like, you know, a 4/4, 5/5. Oof. Mana Tide. That's like the 3rd time in a week I've been Mana Tide. Like, early last week I got hit with one of those. And I was just like, what is going on? Alright, we're going to drop the wedding announcement. So this is actually pretty good because then it spits out more stuff for the Bunnicorn to get bigger. It also gives us a nice target for Yenna to copy, makes Adeline bigger. There's a lot of good functions with Wedding Announcement in this deck. Plus it also gives us things to enchant with some of the auras that are in the deck too. Just in case they decide to kill all of our other stuff. Oh, they brought the Terrarian back to replay it. Okay. Let's see. We didn't get the thing to play Yenna. Let's go ahead and play Adeline. Only because I can get the trigger off of it, and if they're not, unless they really want to block, I mean, go ahead. I don't care. It can die. It's just one less thing for me to worry about. Now, they could have a board wipe in their hand, too. Okay, it's just Arcane Signal. It's kind of a gamble letting Adeline sit there without any kind of protection up, but... Alright, we're gonna do Sithis, just because we have these other enchantments sitting in hand. And that way we can cast those and draw cards off of them. I have Lauren's Escape available. They only have... Well... I'm only attacking with the tokens. They do actually have enough mana up that they could hit us with a Settle the Wreckage. And I don't feel like getting hit with that. That just sounds like a bad idea. Because they could do this. Well, no, it's a filter. It's not. I misread that. I thought it tapped and sacrificed for the mana, but all right. We have Lauren's Escape up. Whatever they target with the -5/-5. Yeah, no. Nice try though. Yeah, we'll leave it on top. Again, it's another one of those good things that it's a good thing to copy once it flips over into the enchantment side of things. Alright, so they're tapped out. I kind of want to see what's in their hand, so we'll go ahead and use this. I want to know what they're up to, because if I can mess it up, it's all to the good. Oh, it's a Wrath of God. Okay, well, yeah, that can get made more expensive. That also means I'm not going to extend that Regal Bunnicorn into it. Actually, hold on. Those go there, everybody else face. Alright, so this will flip. We'll get counters on it. On everything that just attacked, which is everything. We are casting, that's the nice part about the invasions. You get a cast trigger off of Sithis with it, and then you're able to just go ahead and pound on through. So we're just going to sit and wait. Now, they do have enough if they drew a land. If they topped it to land, they can Wrath us here. Oh, because they were able to dump the mana from the Might Stone into the terrarium and give them the mana. Okay. Okay, well, that's fine. That's a good reason why I didn't want to do that. Go ahead. They'll probably name Yenna because they don't know anything else that's in my hand. And that's fine. So... I'm just looking to see what they have in their hand. Nothing that really hurts me too much. I'm going to go ahead and play Enchantress's Presence, and I'm going to play the Regal Bunnicorn. We have protection with the Light Shield Array if we need it. It also gives me something to throw that Ethereal Armor onto next turn. Like, I have options. Because if they spend their turn trying to kill the Regal Bunnicorn, they're going to die, because I can put the Ethereal Armor on it and just smash phase. And if that's the best they got, they're still probably going to die. Because the Bunnicorn is going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to become a 10/10. Straight up. And I can cast Garruk's Uprising, which will then give it another +2/+2. Okay, they can do that. Yeah, that'll do it too. That'll keep me from killing you. Alright, let's go with the Sanctum Weaver because I want the card. Give me a land, that would be really nice. Okay. Plaza. If I put 2 things on there... I'm just trying to think if I can kill them. Like, if I do this... Well, they're protected, so I can't kill them. So what am I thinking? Okay, there's all that glitters. which is fine. Alright. Not attacking, because there are things that say, you know, exile target tapped creature, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm not going to sit here and mess with that. We're gonna keep the Light Shield Array available to us to keep that Bunnicorn alive, because we need to be able to hit them. And if they want to let the One Ring, you know, ping them a little bit, that's fine. Okay, there's Ugin, which is fine. I have Light Shield Array to give it Hexproof and Indestructible, so if they go to exile, I can just use that. It's not going to save them. Especially since I have 2 enchantment pumps in my hand. I mean, they have to go for the exile effect. Really? I was like thinking they'd have to go for it, but okay, this thing tramples. I don't know if they realize that or not. Alright, so they have a couple mana open. Let's go ahead and do the Ethereal Armor first, see what kind of counterspell check or removal checks we have going on. Yep. It's going to be a really big bunny. A really big bunny. Nixilis. Alright. Haven't seen that one in a while. That was one of my favorite commanders to come out of that little stupid mini set they did. I kind of like this. If we have one more white, that Seal from Existence is really good. Because the exiling enchantments like that, they make really, really good copy targets for Yenna to make into things. So, because then you can just sit there and go, okay, I'll just exile 2 of your things, and that's what you get. And if they blow it up, then you get to copy it again. Alright. White mana, please. Alright, not the white mana. I can't fight anything because I don't have anything to target. Target you control, yeah. So can't make. I wish I could make the Voldar and Epicure fight the Magda. That'd be kind of funny. So they're gonna get their treasure off of this. I'm gonna take another 3 for my troubles. White mana. Not white mana. Alright. Sometimes the drawback of the Plaza of Heroes. I'm not gonna put Sithis out because Sithis just gets blown up. We're gonna go ahead and do the wedding announcement. There's no point. At least this can trip up Magda or draw a removal spell out of their hand in order to not have it hit Yenna or one of my other important creatures. The Raconteur. Okay. Yeah, I'm not taking that damage. Thanks for this day. Because the tokens are not the greatest point here. Alright, so let's drop this. I'm tempted to drop Sithis and use Graceful Takedown to kill Magda. Just straight up. Yeah, I actually like that play just because I don't want Magda doing dumb things. Target any number of enchanted creature. Oh, enchanted. That's a 0. Sorry, I forgot it. It counts the enchanted creatures first, so you have to pick that or submit 0 if you don't have any. I completely spaced on that part of the card. But it works out well if you have auras on things, because then you can gang up on something. Exile the top 2 cards. They got one of my white mana. No blocks. I just wanted to see what the rest of that does. You may look at and play those cards as long as they remain Excellent. Okay. Why is Seal lighting up like I can play it? Oh, because I have a legendary creature now. Duh. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play the Seal from Existence. We'll take out that Lamholt Raconteur so it's not shooting us or turning into the werewolf side, which can then do even worse things to us. Ooh, Cathar's Crusade's good. I like Anointed Procession in this because as you're using Run It Yenna to make the copies, you get clone copies of those, so you can kind of cheat around her only limiting you to one copy type thing. So there's got to be some removal here. They're eyeballing it. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's get Yenna down, see if they have any more removal. Last turn. Kind of forces them to have the removal at this point, because if I get to copy the Seal from Existence, I just get to basically keep their Nixilis off the board. Alright, there we go. That was what I was thinking they'd do. The nice part is we can recast it if we want to. Okay. Ouch. Alright, so what is the smarter play here? Is it cultivate, play? You know, I think it's cultivate, play the land, get the Archon down. Or wait, what am I doing? Green, double white at this point. I need white more than I need green. All right, so there's that. Alternatively, I could do the Anointed Procession. There's something to be said in both directions here. You know what? I'm actually going to play the Anointed Procession. No attacks. The idea here is drop the Archon and then drop either Cathar's Crusade or Garruk's Uprising and get a bunch of stuff going. I mean, no, because I'm going to make a really big token out of this next turn. Okay. Oh, and I got a safekeeping. Nice. Okay. So I can't drop the Cathar's Crusade. I don't have enough mana to do it. I can return a creature, which then gives me the enchantment I need. So let's do that. Let's go get Sithis back. We'll recast Sithis. That gives me some blocking options. I have the indestructibility available. Not going to attack. We're going to use that for chump block action. Now, Curse of Leeches. Oh, it's target permanent. It's like, I'm like thinking, dude, can I hit myself with that? No, it's not one of those type spells. Blue's the one that has those kind. Go ahead and send your Nixilis. I got a couple of Pegasus tokens that would like to say hello. I'll take the life. Like, at worst, they can kill one of the Pegasus, or they can shoot the 2/2, or me. They might go for my face just so they get the cards. But I'm gaining life back so I can stay alive. They got a Marionette Master, a big score, and an Impact Tremors. Ugh, Tremors is kind of scary. But the other 2 cards going out the door is kind of nice too. Oh, they're going to lose their 1 ring. That is freaking hilarious. Alright. Yeah, we're just going to make this stuff so big, there's no chance they get to come out of this. Because we got Archon coming down, 2 triggers of Cathar's Crusade, and I'm going to play Flowering of the White Tree. It still leaves me Tamiyo safekeeping, 2 more triggers of Cathar's Crusade, pluses across the board, big ponies, just flying in with the lifelink. Oh, I love it. already waved the white flag at that point. Tiamat. All right. All right, this gives us some good options to copy if we can ever get Yenna to, stick around long enough to do that. Because so far, it's either I've muscled my way through using the Enchantress effects in the deck, or Yenna's just been blown up and I never got to use her for her copying effect. It's like Calyx is a lot easier to use to copy things, but he's restricted to auras, whereas Yenna can copy anything, but she can only copy them once. So it's half of one, dozen of another, but I like the ability to copy like borrowed time and stuff like that versus not being able to do it with the Calyx. All right, so we have Graceful Takedown. They didn't play anything, so we're gonna play the Garrick's Uprising. Otherwise, I probably would have like borrowed time, a Mana Rock. It's like, do I have time to mess with that? I'm gonna try to put Yenna out. We'll see if she dies or not. At least nets me a card. We have board wipes for the dragons if they get them online. If they don't, then I can cast the. If I get a land, I can borrow time and copy the borrowed time to nuke both of those things. Okay. Oh yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and nuke their mana rocks, and then I'm just gonna activate this. We're gonna copy borrowed time. Finally, get to actually do what this thing is supposed to do. So that's gonna slow them way down because that's the thing with dragon decks. Dragon decks are mana hungry. Yeah, so now they instead of tutoring for something relevant, they have to go tutor for lands because I just nuked their mana base. That was beautiful. All right. I'm actually gonna hold the Felidar Retreat. I'm just gonna copy the Garruk's Uprising. Ooh. And I'll play Skrill Time. So, I'm sorry, I had an itch under my glasses I had to take care of. Alright. So Boseiju could kill the Replicating Ring. That is not a legendary enchantment, so I could do that. I think I like the idea of playing Felidar Retreat, though, and then playing... I need... Actually, hang on. Cancel. Full control on. I want to see if I can pull this off. Trigger on... Hold on. Yeah, resolve. Shoot. Couldn't do it. I thought I could copy it. We'll go ahead and copy the Felidar Retreat. We'll remove the full control. I was hoping I could do it, but it wouldn't. The trigger was already on the stack, so I couldn't like get it to do it twice. That was in my mind. I was like, oh, that could work. No, I can't. All right, we're gonna discard the Ferocious Werefox. Is that what we're getting rid of? Yeah, because I can use Graceful Takedown to kill Nixilis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They didn't like that. I was gonna actually put 2+1/+1 counters on stuff probably when I played that. I just want to look at my battlefield. Yeah, we had 2 of everything, so I could have done that. Put 2 counters on everything. Graceful Takedown, Nixilis the Ravager. I would have had a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage come crashing through, and still had Lauren's Escape up in order to stop any other shenanigans from happening on my creatures. Vorinclex. Alright. So we'll keep this. We got a turn 1 Delighted Halfling. We'll take a point off the brush land. Both virtues in the deck, so I mean, we got options to just kind of chug along. I could always do a turn 2 borrowed time on like a mana rock or something like that, which has proved in the past to be pretty powerful, especially if we use Yenna to copy it. But we just had a game against a Shielder deck, which I was doing all right. I got Yenna online, was copying stuff, but the game glitched out, and when I went to copy a Utopia Sprawl, it wouldn't let me, like, I target a land, and it wouldn't let me actually attach the new copied version of Utopia Sprawl, so it just caused all kinds of stuff, and I ended up just scooping because I was stuck in a loop. So, live and learn. I'm not going to copy Utopia Sprawls because the game, for whatever reason, can't handle it. Alright, so yeah, turn 2. That Tireless Provisioner is going to get just chewed up because that thing is just dangerous to let even sit there remotely longer than a turn. We don't want them getting treasures. We don't want them getting food to gain life. It's, no. Probably doing Hallowed Haunting next turn, unless something happens to that Delighted Halfling. Is that the one that removes? It does. Honorable Biscuit. Alright, so change of plans. It's going to be Yenna. Because I'm not going to put something out there to put a big old fat target on its head for that Steelbane Hydra to hit. We need to get some lands and stuff built up so that I can start copying things, so I don't care how many times the Steelbane Hydra does stuff. It doesn't matter. Okay, so they just went for the Vorinclex. They didn't even try to destroy the borrowed time. Okay. Well, I have thoughts about that. Alright, so if I borrow time, kill the Steelbane Hydra, then I don't have to worry about the stupid thing. And I'd still have mana to do something else. Yeah. We're just gonna copy the borrowed time. The Steelbane Hydra can just go away. And then... yeah, let's just go ahead and play the Ethereal Armor on Yenna, and then let's play Virtual Loyalty off the Delighted Halflings, colorless mana, to get the 2/2 off of it. So we know we have options. Alright, there's Monster Trader. So I have a pair of 6/6s staring me down. That's wonderful. We'll go ahead and take the hit. We can take one hit like that. Alright, so... if I do that, I can't do anything else. If I do Wake, I can't do anything else. Or I can just play the Bunnicorn and it'll be, what, a 7/7? Or 6/6? 7/7. I think I kind of like to do the Bunnicorn and then use Yenna's ability to copy the Ethereal Armor, attach it to herself, and make her into a huge creature. Ossification. Oh, and a land. We're gonna keep the Ossification on top and the land on top. And then, yeah, let's send the 2/2. This prevents them from using a fight spell to kill Yenna. This also prevents them from, I mean, they can't fight spell the Bunnicorn off the board either. Because this deck, I mean, it has stuff. I mean, you can fight one of these guys, but I don't care. Because I will gladly let the bunny die, and then Yenna will just first strike anything off the board that's a problem. Alright, so we're low on mana, which really sucks. If I use that, take a point, I still can't recast, but I could get the Delighted Halfling back. I think at this point, it's just going to be Ossification. I'm going to copy Ossification. We're going to get rid of the Thorn Mammoth. And I'm going to eat the Monstrous Raider, too. Let's hope this doesn't do the same stupid that it did before. Okay, we'll just funk that. I don't care about that. Monstrous Raider can go, too. And then... yeah, they have to block one of these, or they die. So... because that's 25 damage. So either way, I get to kill a Vorinclex. Yeah, I love the whole copying concept of Yenna, because it's just like, yeah, I can copy this. It doesn't have to be an aura. But if it is an aura, I get to untap her and do do dumb stuff like this. I think we're gonna get the salty scoop though, because they're not responding, they're not reacting. I nuked their board, and I'm sending a big bunny to kick their ass, and I don't think they like that. Well, welcome back. I will have fast forwarded to this mess that happened because our opponent decided to salt scoop instead of taking their lumps and letting their Vorinclex die and try to fight their way out of it. But in the end, we beat their ass with a big bunny. So that's what I have for you guys today. I had a lot of fun with this. Yenna's a little different. I like that she can copy any enchantment, even though it's restricted to one time as long as you've already copied something. So it's a little different than Calyx, where you're only hitting the auras, but then it's also more powerful because you can copy things like Doubling Season, and you can copy things like Anointed Processions and things like that that just cause your opponents no end of grief if you get multiples out. Because as you're able to clone and copy stuff, you can really break a game open of Historic Brawl, Commander, whatever. I can't wait to try to build this thing in Commander itself because there's just access to just much more busted enchantments and stuff out there than what we have access to on the Arena client. With that said, if there's anything you think we should add to this deck, let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.